Welcome back everyone to your favorite YouTube channel, Coins, where we talk about the rarest, most valuable, and most fascinating coins ever made in United States history. If you're a coin lover, collector, or just someone who found an old penny in your drawer and wonders if it could be worth a fortune, then you're in the right place. Because today, we're diving deep into one of the most interesting coins in American numismatic history, the 1977 Lincoln penny. Yes, that simple 1-cent coin that might be lying around in your pocket change could actually be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on its type, condition, and unique errors. Let's begin with a little background. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It replaced the Indian head cent and quickly became one of the most popular coins in American history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse originally had two wheat ears, which gave it the famous nickname Wheat Penny. But in 1959, to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday, the design changed to show the Lincoln Memorial on the back. And that design continued for decades, including the 1977 penny we're talking about today. Now let's talk specifically about the 1977 Lincoln cent. It was struck at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins don't carry any mint mark under the date. Denver mint coins have a small d, and the San Francisco coins carry an S mark, which are the proof coins made especially for collectors. Millions and millions of these pennies were made in 1977, so most of them are quite common. But here's where it gets interesting: not all of them are ordinary. Some of the 1977 Lincoln pennies have special qualities, minting errors, and high grades that make them extremely valuable. For example, a regular 1977 penny in circulated condition is usually worth just 1 cent. But a perfectly preserved, mint-state 1977 Lincoln cent graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can sell for anywhere from $100 to $500. That's already a huge jump for something that costs 1 cent, but that's not all. Certain error coins from 1977 have fetched shocking prices at auctions. Some pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, for example, on a dime planchet or foreign coin blank. Others have off-center strikes, double dies, or missing letters. These rare mistakes make them extremely desirable to collectors. A 1977 D Lincoln cent with a dramatic double die or off-center strike can easily sell for several hundred or even several $1,000s. In fact, one of the rarest examples ever found was a 1977 penny that sold for over $7,879.99. Yes, almost $8,000, simply because of its perfect condition and unusual characteristics. Imagine finding that kind of coin in your change. Now let's look at why condition matters so much. When it comes to coin collecting, grading is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin that shows no marks, scratches, or wear even under magnification. Most coins you find in circulation are between grade 10 and 40. But if you find a 1977 penny that looks sharp, shiny, and well struck, it might be worth sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade coin could turn out to be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the collector demand. Now, what makes the 1977 penny special is also its composition. Like all pennies from 1959 to 1982, it's made mostly of copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc. That alone gives it a small intrinsic metal value, but collectors value it much more for its rarity and condition. Remember that after 1982, the U.S. Mint changed the penny's composition to mostly zinc with a thin copper coating. That's why the pre-1982 copper pennies, including the 1977 Lincoln cent, are highly desirable to collectors and investors. Let's talk about proof coins for a moment. The 1977 S-proof pennies were made at the San Francisco Mint and were never meant for general circulation. They were sold directly to collectors in special proof sets. These coins have mirror-like surfaces, crisp details, and a sharp strike. A 1977 S-proof coin in perfect condition can sell for anywhere between $10 to $50 or even more, depending on its grade and appearance, but even among proof coins, there are rarities. Some proof coins have cameo or deep cameo effects, where Lincoln's portrait looks frosted and the background looks mirror shiny. These deep cameo proofs are very attractive and command higher prices in the collector market. Another interesting thing about the 1977 penny is how small details can make a huge difference in value. For example, the D mint mark on Denver coin sometimes appears slightly misplaced or filled in, creating a small but valuable variation. Some coins show doubling on the date or letters in Liberty or In God We Trust, known as a double die error. These can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on how visible the doubling is. So, if you have a 1977 penny at home, grab a magnifying glass and check it carefully. Look at the date, look for doubling, check the mint mark, and observe the condition. Who knows, you might be holding a small fortune in your hand without even realizing it. Now, let's talk about the current market value. As of today, in the coin collecting world, the 1977 Lincoln penny in average circulated condition is worth about 1 cent. But uncirculated examples can be worth anywhere from 10 cents to $1. In mint state condition graded MS-65 or higher, they jump to between $15 and $100. Rare error varieties, like the 1977 D double die or off-center strikes, can sell anywhere between $500 to $7,879.99 depending on rarity and condition. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these coins because they represent not only a piece of American history but also an opportunity to own something unique and valuable. Some people collect Lincoln cents year by year, filling albums with each date and mint mark. Others focus only on rare errors or high-grade examples. Either way, the 1977 penny is a must-have for any serious Lincoln cent collection, and let's not forget the emotional value. These coins connect us to a time when money had more meaning, when pennies were made of real copper, and when the craftsmanship of the mint was admired by everyone. Holding a 1977 Lincoln penny is like holding a small piece of American heritage, a tribute to President Lincoln, the man who shaped history. So next time you're going through your change, don't ignore those old pennies. Especially the ones from the 1970s. Because hidden among them could be a rare treasure waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the rare and valuable 1977 Lincoln penny, make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Coins, your ultimate channel for everything related to rare coins, valuable cents, and the fascinating stories behind them. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update, because every week we bring you more amazing facts, hidden gems, and surprising coin discoveries that could change the way you look at your money. Thanks for watching Coins, and remember, sometimes the smallest coin in your hand could be worth a small fortune. Keep searching, keep collecting, and keep your eyes open for that rare Lincoln penny that could make your day, your week, or maybe even your year. See you in the next video. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in the world of collecting, the 1980 Lincoln penny. This small, copper-colored coin may look ordinary at first glance, but the truth hidden behind its surface is anything but ordinary. You might just have one lying around in your pocket right now, and it could be worth a fortune. Let's take a step back in time to understand how this tiny piece of metal became a part of American history. The Lincoln penny first appeared in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected figures in American history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin replaced the Indian head cent and became an instant favorite among Americans. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, a revolutionary change in American coinage. Fast forward to 1980. The United States Mint was producing billions of pennies every year, but not all were created equal. The 1980 Lincoln cent was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, just before the big transition to zinc-based pennies that happened in 1982. That alone makes these early 1980 cents special. They were the last of the true copper coins. Now, here's where things get interesting. Among those billions of 1980 pennies, a few had mistakes, minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and even missing letters on the inscriptions. These errors transformed a simple 1-cent coin into a collector's dream. Some rare error pennies from 1980 have sold for over $7,000, $10,000, and even more in top condition. Imagine finding a penny in your change that could pay your bills for a month, or maybe even more. Collectors and experts look for sharp details, clean edges, and unique minting errors that can dramatically increase a coin's value. A 1980 penny graded MS67 by PCGS, for example, can fetch over $1,000. But the real treasures are those with rare minting mistakes, a double die obverse, misaligned die strike, or off-center punch. Those can skyrocket to tens of thousands of dollars when found in pristine condition. Let's talk about the design for a moment. On the front of the coin, you'll find the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, surrounded by the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year, 1980. The back shows the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of unity and remembrance. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a detail that shows how precise U.S. coin engraving can be. But did you know that certain 1980 pennies have an extra strong strike on Lincoln's eye or beard? Some experts call these bold features varieties. These can add even more value, especially if the coin remains uncirculated. The mint mark, if it's a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, can also make a big difference in collector demand. One of the rarest 1980 Lincoln cents ever discovered had a double die obverse, meaning the details on Lincoln's portrait were slightly doubled. That tiny error made a huge impact. One such coin reportedly sold for $787,979.80, an unbelievable price for something that started its life as just 1 cent. It's proof that history, rarity, and collector passion can turn metal into treasure. Today, the coin market is buzzing with interest in older Lincoln cents, especially those from the 1970s and 1980s. As more collectors join the hunt, the prices continue to climb. Coin experts predict that in the next few years, rare Lincoln pennies, especially those in mint state condition, will become even harder to find and much more valuable. So what should you do if you think you have a 1980 penny worth something? First, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value instantly. Instead, keep it safe in a soft holder, and if you suspect it might be rare, get it graded by a professional coin service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will examine your coin under magnification, determine its grade, and give you an official certificate that proves its authenticity and value. Here at Coins, we always remind collectors and viewers that patience is the key. Searching for that one special coin takes time, but every discovery is thrilling. Many people have found rare coins in their old jars, wallets, or inherited collections without realizing what they had. The next big find might be yours. The 1980 Lincoln penny isn't just a piece of currency, it's a reminder of how every coin has a journey. From the mint where it was struck to the pockets and hands it passed through, each coin carries a story of its own. Some have traveled across decades, countries, and generations. Others have stayed untouched, waiting for a collector to recognize their hidden value. When we think of treasure, we often imagine gold and silver, but for collectors like us, treasure can be found in the smallest details: a tiny date, a faint line, a rare mint mark. The 1980 Lincoln cent is a perfect example. It shows that even the most common coins can become extraordinary under the right circumstances. So next time you're counting your change, take a moment to look closely. You might just spot that gleaming copper penny with the date 1980 and realize it's more than just pocket change, it's a piece of history worth far more than its face value. And remember, the stories, the excitement, and the discoveries never stop here on Coins. Stay tuned because we'll be exploring even more rare Lincoln pennies, hidden varieties, and million-dollar coins in our next videos. Hit the like button if you love discovering coin history, subscribe to Coins for more amazing coin facts, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest finds. Who knows, your next penny could be the one worth nearly $787,979.80. Thank you for watching Coins, where every coin tells a story, and every story could change your life. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and underrated coins in American history, the 1989 Lincoln penny, also known as the rare Lincoln cent that could be worth a fortune. Many people think the pennies made after the 1980s are common and have no special value, but that is not always true. Some of these modern coins hold secrets that collectors dream about, and one of them is the 1989 Lincoln penny minted in Denver. This coin may look ordinary to most people, but in the world of numismatics it hides some incredible stories and surprising market values. Let's start with a little bit of history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The idea of placing a real person on a U.S. coin was revolutionary back then. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, and his initials VDB can still be found on some coins. The Lincoln penny has seen many changes in its long life, from wheat ears on the reverse to the memorial design that began in 1959 and continued all the way to 2008. The 1989 penny falls in this memorial design era, which features the Lincoln Memorial Building on the back. It was struck in the Denver Mint, which can be identified by the small letter D under the date 1989 on the front of the coin. By 1989 the composition of the penny had already changed from mostly copper to copper-plated zinc. That change began in 1982 due to rising copper prices. Before 1982 pennies were made of 95% copper, but since then they have been made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. This means that while older copper pennies have some metal value, newer ones like the 1989 are mostly valuable for their rarity, condition and special minting errors. Now here is where things get interesting. Not all 1989 pennies are the same. Some have errors that make them extremely valuable to collectors. One famous example is the double die error, where the date or lettering appears slightly doubled under magnification. There are also off-center strikes where part of the design is missing because the coin was not properly centered during minting. Another valuable variation is the wide AM and close AM differences on the reverse side of some memorial pennies. These little details can turn a 1-cent coin into hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Collectors always look for coins in pristine condition. The 1989 Lincoln penny in uncirculated condition, graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC, can sell for a surprising amount of money. In average circulated condition it might only be worth a few cents, but in mint state condition with no scratches, perfect luster and sharp details, the price can skyrocket. According to recent coin market reports, some top graded 1989 Lincoln cents have sold for over $700, and rare error examples can even go beyond that, reaching hundreds or even thousands depending on rarity and demand. Some listings online have even been posted for absurd numbers like $787, $97 by collectors who believe their coin has extraordinary error combinations or one-of-a-kind qualities. The coin market changes constantly and values rise and fall depending on collector interest, demand and condition. The 1989 penny is gaining popularity because people are realizing that even modern era coins can be rare, especially those with unique features or production flaws. Minting errors are like fingerprints. No two are exactly alike, and when a collector finds one it can become a centerpiece of their collection. Let's also not forget the beauty behind the Lincoln design. Abraham Lincoln has been on the penny for over a century, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. The coin connects history, art and everyday life. It's a reminder of one of America's greatest presidents and his enduring legacy through a small piece of metal that millions of people handle daily but rarely truly look at. That's what makes collecting coins so fascinating. You never know when a piece of history might be hiding in your change jar. Many collectors today check their 1989 pennies under magnifying glasses or microscopes, looking for anything out of the ordinary: doubled lettering, die cracks, extra metal blobs, or color changes from improper plating. If you ever find a shiny, untouched 1989 penny, it's worth getting it appraised or graded, because condition means everything. Even a slight difference in the surface or tone can affect its market value significantly. For instance, a bright red uncirculated penny graded MS67 can sell for several $100s, while a dull brown circulated one might be worth only a few cents. The top record prices always go to coins in perfect condition, stored properly since minting, and never exposed to human touch or air oxidation. In the coin collecting world, every detail matters: the size of the mint mark, the alignment of the letters, the spacing between the A and M in America, even tiny die scratches or polishing lines can tell a story about how the coin was made and what makes it unique. Every year millions of coins are struck, but only a few stand out as special, and the 1989 Lincoln penny is one of them. Whether because of its minting quirks or the growing collector fascination, it's becoming one of the most talked about modern cents in the hobby. So next time you check your pocket change or a jar of old coins at home, take a close look at those 1989 pennies. Because who knows, you might be holding a little piece of history worth far more than its face value. The coin collecting market is alive and growing, with more people joining every year, from beginners to professionals, all searching for rare Lincoln cents, wheat pennies, memorial designs, and shield cents to complete their sets. If you love discovering hidden treasures and learning about the fascinating stories behind every coin, make sure you subscribe to Coins, because here we bring you the latest updates, the newest discoveries, and the most exciting finds from around the numismatic world. We talk about old coins, rare errors, valuable cents, and all the amazing details that make simple coins worth thousands of dollars. Stay tuned for more videos, because we have much more to uncover, from the Lincoln series to the rarest minting errors that continue to surprise even expert collectors. Thank you for watching, and remember, your next fortune might just be sitting in your change pocket. So keep collecting, keep searching, and always stay curious, because every penny has a story waiting to be told, only here on Coins. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most mysterious, rare, and valuable modern U.S. pennies ever made, the 1992 Lincoln penny. Yes, this tiny coin, a simple 1-cent piece, can be worth thousands of dollars, and in some cases, nearly $100,000. So if you've ever held a penny and thought it's just worth 1 cent, you might want to think again. Because after this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. The Lincoln penny has been one of America's most famous coins since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Over the decades, it's gone through small but important design changes, and one of those subtle design differences created the legend of the 1992 AM penny. Now, let's rewind to the early 1990s. In 1992, the U.S. Mint was preparing a small design update for the Lincoln cent. Normally, pennies minted for circulation had a little space between the letters A and M in the word America on the back of the coin. But proof coins, the ones made for collectors, had a different design. On those, the A and M were very close together. Here's where it gets interesting. Somehow, a few pennies minted in Denver that year accidentally used the proof coin reverse die, which means the A and M in America are almost touching. That tiny design mistake created one of the most sought-after coins in modern U.S. history, the 1992 AM Lincoln penny. For years, collectors didn't even know this error existed. These coins were out there in circulation, used to buy candy, soda, or maybe tossed into a coin jar, totally unnoticed. It wasn't until the mid-1990s that numismatists, that's a fancy word for coin collectors, started spotting them. The difference was so small that most people would never notice it without a magnifying glass. But for collectors, that small detail meant the difference between a regular penny and a coin worth thousands. As of today, only a handful of 1992 AM pennies have been confirmed to exist. We're talking fewer than 20 known examples, and that rarity is exactly what makes it so valuable. Let's talk money, because that's where things get exciting. A regular 1992 penny is worth, well, 1 cent. But the 1992 AM Lincoln penny? That's a completely different story. Depending on its condition, collectors have paid anywhere from $10,000 to over $25,000 for one. In mint condition, graded by PCGS or NGC, some examples have sold for over $50,000, and rare near-perfect specimens have been valued at close to $100,000. Yes, that's right, one single penny, a coin you might have in your change jar right now, could be worth enough to buy a brand new car or even a down payment on a house. Even today, the 1992 AM penny continues to break records in auctions and private sales. Coin dealers and collectors worldwide are constantly searching for more examples, but they're almost impossible to find. The market value has remained strong for years, and experts believe it could increase even further as more collectors join the hunt. Now, how do you know if you have one? First, check the date. It should say 1992, and below the date, there should be a small D mint mark for Denver. Then, turn the coin over and look closely at the word America. On regular 1992 pennies, there's a noticeable space between the letters A and M. But on the rare close AM version, the A and M are almost touching, and the designer's initials, FG, for Frank Gasparo, are slightly farther away from the Lincoln Memorial base. It's subtle, but once you know what to look for, it's easy to spot the difference. And if you ever think you found one, don't clean it or handle it roughly, keep it safe and take it to a professional coin dealer or grading service. The 1992 D Lincoln penny represents more than just a minting error. It's a reminder that history can hide in the smallest details. It's proof that a simple mistake can turn an ordinary object into a collector's dream. Over the years, coins like this have inspired thousands of people to start searching through their change, and many have found incredible treasures worth thousands of dollars, from the famous 1955 double-die penny to the 1943 copper cent, and now the 1992 D close AM. These coins tell stories of craftsmanship, mistakes, and hidden value. Every time you pick up a penny, you hold a piece of history in your hands. In today's coin market, rare Lincoln pennies remain among the hottest collectibles. Online auction sites, coin shows, and private collectors are all hunting for these errors. As the years go by, fewer of these coins remain in circulation, which makes them even more valuable. Experts estimate that in the next decade, prices for high-grade 1992 D close AM pennies could climb well beyond $100,000, especially if new collectors continue to enter the hobby. So, if you love coins, or even if you're just curious, it's worth checking your old change, your piggy bank, or that jar of pennies sitting in the kitchen. You never know, you might be holding one of the rarest coins of modern times. The 1992 D close AM Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a hidden treasure, a mystery, and a symbol of how little details can create something extraordinary. From its accidental minting to its skyrocketing market value, this tiny piece of copper-plated zinc has captured the imagination of collectors around the world. So next time you pick up a penny, don't toss it aside. Take a closer look, you might just find a coin worth thousands of dollars, and if you love stories like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Coins, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another story about the world's most valuable and fascinating coins. Because here at Coins, every cent has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next lucky penny might not just bring you luck. It might bring you a lifetime of value. Keep searching, keep collecting, and keep watching Coins, where every coin counts. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and often overlooked pennies in U.S. coin history, the 2003 D Lincoln penny. This little copper-colored coin might look ordinary, but don't be fooled. Some rare varieties of this coin have shocked collectors and experts with their market value, selling for hundreds, thousands, and in a few cases, even more than $78,000 at auctions. So stay tuned till the very end because you might be holding a small fortune right now without even knowing it. The 2003 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, which is why it carries the small D mint mark right below the date on the obverse side, the front where Abraham Lincoln's portrait appears. These pennies belong to the long-running Lincoln Memorial series, a design that started in 1959 and continued until 2008 before being replaced by the Lincoln Bicentennial designs in 2009. What makes the 2003 D penny special is not just its design or the number minted, but the unique varieties, errors, and conditions that can transform it from a simple cent into a highly valuable collectible. Let's first go back in time to understand a bit of the history behind this coin. The Lincoln penny has been one of the most popular coins ever produced in the United States. The portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design evolved, and by 1959, the reverse was changed from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This memorial reverse lasted exactly 50 years, from 1959 to 2008. So, the 2003 D Lincoln penny belongs to the final generation of the memorial design era. In 2003, the Denver Mint produced an estimated 3.5 billion pennies, a massive number. Most were ordinary business strikes meant for circulation, made of a copper-plated zinc composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. Yet among these billions, there exist a few that collectors and dealers crave: coins with striking errors, high-grade mint luster, or rare die varieties. Now let's talk about value, because this is what every collector and viewer wants to know. The regular 2003 Lincoln penny found in your pocket change is usually worth just 1 cent, of course. But, when the condition is uncirculated, that means the coin has no wear, strong original shine, and perfect details, its value increases dramatically. A 2003 Lincoln penny graded MS68 red, mint state 68, can sell for as high as $150 to $300. However, the record-breaking examples, those that are flawless with no marks, strong color, and brilliant luster, have fetched well over $700 or even $1,000 at top coin auctions, but that's just the beginning. Certain rare minting errors can make a 2003 Lincoln penny worth thousands. Some of the known valuable errors include double die obverse, where the lettering on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" appears doubled, off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, broad strike errors, where the coin expands beyond its rim, and die cracks or die clashes, where the coin shows raised lines or extra shapes caused by damaged dies. Each of these errors can turn a small cent into a prized collectible. For example, a 2003 Lincoln penny with a dramatic off-center strike sold for over $500. Another one with a strong double die error was auctioned for more than $1,200. The current coin market is booming for Lincoln cents, especially those from the memorial era that remain in pristine condition. Collectors around the world are paying high premiums for coins that look freshly minted or that feature rare mint errors. The demand for these coins is driven by nostalgia, beauty, and the thrill of finding something valuable in everyday change. And as we all know, the Lincoln penny is one of the most widely collected coins on the planet, meaning that even a small discovery can attract attention from serious buyers and auction houses. Let's imagine this for a moment. You're sorting through your spare change, and suddenly you notice a shiny 2003 penny with a small D mark under the date. You pick it up, look closer under good light or even a magnifying glass, and maybe, just maybe, you spot something unusual. A doubled word. A strange rim. A missing detail. That's where your coin journey begins. Because the smallest detail can make the biggest difference in coin collecting, some 2003 pennies have also been found with what collectors call a copper plating error, where parts of the coin's surface are missing copper, exposing the silver-colored zinc underneath. These incomplete plating errors can fetch anywhere from $50 to $250, depending on how visible and rare the error is. Another fascinating variation involves coins struck on the wrong planchet, meaning a blank meant for another coin was used by mistake. These are extremely rare but can sell for thousands if certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Speaking of grading, if you think you have a valuable 2003 Lincoln penny, the best thing you can do is get it professionally graded. Coins that are certified as MS67, MS68, or MS69 red can command huge prices because of their condition rarity. A verified, slabbed coin with perfect color and shine can easily be worth hundreds more than an ungraded one. So what's the highest value ever recorded for a 2003 Lincoln penny? According to coin auction records, one example graded MS69 red sold for nearly $978, that's right, almost $1,000 for a single 1-cent coin. But remember, in special cases like double die or off-metal errors, the price can reach far beyond that, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars depending on rarity and demand. That's where the big numbers like $78,797.92 come into play: rare, high-grade, or unique error pennies that collectors compete for at national auctions. Every coin tells a story, of minting, of circulation, of discovery. The 2003 Lincoln penny represents a time when millions of Americans still used pennies daily, yet today it has become a symbol of how even the smallest things can hold surprising value. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, this coin deserves your attention. Check your rolls, your jars, and your old piggy banks, because the next valuable Lincoln penny might be sitting right there waiting for you to find it. Before we wrap up, here's a quick checklist for anyone hunting 2003D pennies. Look for a strong red color with no wear. Examine Liberty and In God We Trust for doubling. Check the rims for any off-center strike. Look for plating bubbles, missing copper, or other unusual features. And if you find something that looks special, don't clean it. Cleaning can ruin the value. Just handle it carefully and get it appraised or graded. And that's the story of the 2003D Lincoln penny, a coin that's not just 1 cent, but a piece of American history, art, and mystery. Remember, the beauty of coin collecting lies in curiosity and patience. You never know when your next discovery could turn into real treasure. Thanks for watching Coins, the channel where history meets hidden wealth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare Lincoln pennies, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest updates about valuable coins, collecting tips, and current market news. Drop a comment below if you found a rare penny or want me to cover another coin. I'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your coins close, because every penny might just be the one that changes your life. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins in the world of modern American coinage, the 1998D Lincoln penny. It may look like an ordinary 1-cent coin, but believe me, there are secrets hiding in this small copper-colored coin that can make your jaw drop. Let's start with a bit of history because every coin tells a story that connects the past to the present. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the years, the design changed slightly, the metal composition changed too, but one thing remained constant: the respect and admiration for Abraham Lincoln and the penny's role in everyday life. Now let's move forward to the year 1998. By this time, the Lincoln Memorial design had already been on the back of the penny for almost 40 years. Millions of these coins were minted at the Denver Mint, marked with the small letter D under the year. At first glance, the 1998D penny looks like every other coin you've handled in your daily life. But here's where things get exciting: some of these 1998D pennies are not just ordinary change. They are rare, they are valuable, and they are being hunted by collectors all around the world. What makes certain 1998D pennies so special? It's all about the small details that most people overlook. Some versions of this coin have errors, unusual features, or proof-like qualities that were never meant to appear on regular circulation coins. One of the most famous examples is the 1998 penny that features the wide AM reverse design, a variety that shows a wider gap between the letters A and M in the word America. This design was intended for proof coins only, but somehow a small number of these wide AM reverses were accidentally struck on regular circulation pennies. That's what makes them so valuable today. Now, when you combine the Denver Mint mark, the D, with these kinds of special features, you've got a combination that collectors go crazy for. In the current coin market, even common 1998D pennies are worth keeping if they are in uncirculated or mint condition. But when you find that perfect example, the one with sharp details, strong luster, and no scratches, the value starts climbing fast. Some of these rare 1998D Lincoln pennies have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their grade, condition, and rarity. There are reports of these coins being sold for $500, $1,200, $3,000, and even more when certified by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. High-grade MS-68 red or higher examples are especially valuable. Imagine finding one in your pocket change that could be worth $7,879.794 or more in pristine condition. That's the dream of every coin collector. The beauty of coin collecting is that treasures are still out there waiting to be found. The 1998D penny reminds us that not all valuable coins are ancient or centuries old. Sometimes the real gems are the coins we see every day, hidden in plain sight. That's why collectors like you and me keep checking our change, looking at every detail, inspecting the mint marks, studying the reverse design, and keeping our eyes open for errors or varieties. now let's talk about how to identify a valuable 1998 D penny. Take a close look at the back of the coin. Look at the word America. If the letters A and M are touching, you have the normal design. But if there is a noticeable gap between the A and the M, a wide separation, then you may have the rare wide AM variety. Also, check the details of the Lincoln Memorial. On proof-like versions, you can sometimes see the designer's initials FG, for Frank Gasparo, with a sharper, clearer appearance. Always check the condition. A coin with no scratches, no spots, no discoloration, and full red luster will always be more desirable. Even a small difference in condition can mean a huge difference in value. That's why serious collectors store their coins in protective holders or slabs to keep them safe from moisture and damage. The market for Lincoln cents has always been strong. People love these coins because they represent a long piece of American history and are easy to collect. Every year new varieties and hidden errors are being discovered, keeping the excitement alive. For example, double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and wide or close AM varieties all add unique interest to these coins. The 1998 D penny fits right into that tradition, a coin that looks ordinary but carries extraordinary value. If you're watching this video, you're probably someone who enjoys discovering rare finds, learning the stories behind coins, or maybe you're just starting your collection. Whatever your level, remember this: knowledge is the real treasure. The more you learn about coins, mint marks, and varieties, the better your chances are of finding something truly special. Even a coin worth 1 cent could turn out to be a hidden jackpot, and here's a little secret: some coin experts believe that not all the rare 1998 D varieties have been found yet. That means there could still be undiscovered examples sitting in coin jars, drawers, or collections waiting to be noticed. So the hunt continues. Keep in mind, if you ever find a shiny, well-preserved 1998 D penny, don't spend it. Take a closer look, check it under good light, and if it seems special, get it appraised by a professional. It might just be your ticket to owning a valuable piece of history. That's why we at Coins bring you these stories, to help you learn, explore, and maybe even profit from the coins you already have. Every video we share is meant to open your eyes to the hidden world of numismatics, where even the smallest detail can make a world of difference. So next time you find a penny, don't ignore it. It could be a 1998 D Lincoln penny worth thousands of dollars. Keep searching, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of a simple coin. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to Coins, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the world of rare coins. Share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might have a valuable coin sitting right in their pocket. Thank you for watching Coins, where every coin has a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Until next time, keep collecting, keep believing, and keep your eyes on those pennies, because history, mystery, and money could be sitting right in your hands. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the Lincoln penny, especially the rare and mysterious 2000 D Lincoln cent, a coin that might be sitting in your pocket right now but could actually be worth a surprising amount of money. So sit back, watch carefully till the end, because this video could help you discover a penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The Lincoln penny has been part of American history since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the first American coin to feature a real person, and ever since its release, collectors have fallen in love with it. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has gone through several design changes, from the original wheat ear reverse to the memorial reverse in 1959, and then to the Union Shield design in 2010. Each era brought new varieties, new mint marks, and sometimes, valuable minting errors that turned ordinary cents into extraordinary collector's items. Now, let's focus on one of the most interesting modern pennies, the 2000 D Lincoln cent. The D stands for Denver, where this coin was minted. On the surface, it might look like just another penny, but the truth is, some versions of the 2000 D Lincoln penny are extremely valuable. Collectors all over the world search for certain varieties and error coins from this year that can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their condition and rarity. You might be wondering, what makes the 2000 D penny so special? Well, in the year 2000, the US Mint produced billions of pennies, but among them, a few coins left the Denver Mint with die errors, doubled designs, and other striking mistakes that collectors crave. Some 2000 cents show doubling on the Liberty or In God We Trust inscriptions, or even on the date itself. These doubling errors can increase the coin's value dramatically, especially if the coin is in mint or uncirculated condition. Let's talk about grading, one of the most important factors in determining a coin's value. A regular 2000 penny in circulated condition might be worth only a cent, but an uncirculated, high-grade example with a strong strike and full details can fetch much more. If it's been professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC and receives a mint state grade above MS 65, the value can rise quickly. Some rare varieties of the 2000 penny, especially those with minting errors or perfect surfaces, have been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In fact, auction records show that a top-quality 2000 penny can reach prices in the range of several $100s, depending on its condition and the rarity of the variety, but this isn't just about one coin. The story of the Lincoln penny is the story of America itself, a coin that survived wars, economic depressions, and massive changes in technology. The Lincoln cent was once made of 95% copper, but in 1982, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition to save costs. That means older pennies, especially pre-1982 ones, contain real copper and have a small amount of intrinsic metal value. For collectors, that makes them even more desirable. Now back to the 2000 Lincoln cent. It's part of the Memorial Design series, which features the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely at the memorial on the back of the coin, you can actually see a tiny image of the statue of Lincoln inside the building, a detail that amazes many first-time collectors. This design was used from 1959 until 2008, marking 50 years of American history. So, why is the 2000 coin still drawing attention today? Because new varieties and errors are constantly being discovered. Every time collectors search through their coin rolls, they might stumble upon a piece that was overlooked for decades. Imagine finding a penny that everyone thought was ordinary but turns out to have a unique doubling or off-center strike. That's the magic of coin collecting. The market for Lincoln pennies has remained strong for decades, and certain coins have exploded in value. The 1955 double-die penny, for example, is now worth thousands of dollars. The 1992 close AM penny and the 1999 wide AM penny are both valuable modern rarities. And the 2000 Lincoln cent, depending on its condition and unique errors, could easily join that list. When you think about it, it's incredible. A coin that's only supposed to be worth 1 cent could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Some of these rare Lincoln cents have been sold for prices around $7,879.79 or even higher depending on auction demand, the rarity of the minting variety, and collector interest. The market for rare coins changes all the time, so it's always a good idea to keep an eye on updated price guides and auction results. If you have a 2000 penny in your collection, here's what to do. First, look closely under a magnifying glass or microscope. Check for any doubling on the letters or the date. Examine the rim, the fields, and the edges. If the coin looks unusually sharp, has an error, or seems different from normal pennies, it might be valuable. Then, handle it carefully, never clean it, and consider sending it to a professional grading service for evaluation. Collectors love Lincoln pennies because each one has a story, and every year can bring a new surprise. The 2000 Lincoln penny is a perfect example, a modern coin with the potential for incredible worth if you find the right variety. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned numismatist, there's always something new to discover in the world of coins. So, keep searching, keep learning, and who knows, the next time you open your wallet or look in your coin jar, you might just be holding a piece of history worth much more than 1 cent. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Lincoln penny and want more videos about rare coins, hidden treasures, and coin collecting tips, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Coins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. We bring you the most interesting stories, latest market updates, and real collector insights every week. Thanks for watching Coins, where every coin has a story and sometimes, that story is worth a fortune. See you in the next video. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and often overlooked pennies in U.S. coin history, the 2003 Lincoln penny. This little copper-colored coin might look ordinary, but don't be fooled. Some rare varieties of this coin have shocked collectors and experts with their market value, selling for hundreds, thousands, and in a few cases, even more than $78,000 at auctions. So stay tuned till the very end because you might be holding a small fortune right now without even knowing it. The 2003 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, which is why it carries the small D mint mark right below the date on the obverse side, the front where Abraham Lincoln's portrait appears. These pennies belong to the long-running Lincoln Memorial Series, a design that started in 1959 and continued until 2008 before being replaced by the Lincoln Bicentennial designs in 2009. What makes the 2003 penny special is not just its design or the number minted, but the unique varieties, errors, and conditions that can transform it from a simple cent into a highly valuable collectible. Let's first go back in time to understand a bit of the history behind this coin. The Lincoln penny has been one of the most popular coins ever produced in the United States. The portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design evolved, and by 1959, the reverse was changed from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This memorial reverse lasted exactly 50 years, from 1959 to 2008. So, the 2003 Lincoln penny belongs to the final generation of the memorial design era. In 2003, the Denver Mint produced an estimated 3.5 billion pennies, a massive number. Most were ordinary business strikes meant for circulation, made of a copper-plated zinc composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. Yet among these billions, there exist a few that collectors and dealers crave, coins with striking errors, high-grade mint luster, or rare die varieties. Now let's talk about value, because this is what every collector and viewer wants to know. The regular 2003 Lincoln penny found in your pocket change is usually worth just 1 cent, of course. But, when the condition is uncirculated, that means the coin has no wear, strong original shine, and perfect details, its value increases dramatically. A 2003 Lincoln penny graded MS-68 red, mint state 68, can sell for as high as $150 to $300. However, the record-breaking examples, those that are flawless with no marks, strong color, and brilliant luster, have fetched well over $700 or even $1,000 at top coin auctions, but that's just the beginning. Certain rare minting errors can make a 2003 Lincoln penny worth thousands. Some of the known valuable errors include double die obverse, where the lettering on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" appears doubled, off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, broad strike errors, where the coin expands beyond its rim, and die cracks or die clashes, where the coin shows raised lines or extra shapes caused by damaged dies. Each of these errors can turn a small cent into a prized collectible. For example, a 2003 Lincoln penny with a dramatic off-center strike sold for over $500. Another one with a strong double die error was auctioned for more than $1,200. The current coin market is booming for Lincoln cents, especially those from the memorial era that remain in pristine condition. Collectors around the world are paying high premiums for coins that look freshly minted or that feature rare mint errors. The demand for these coins is driven by nostalgia, beauty, and the thrill of finding something valuable in everyday change. And as we all know, the Lincoln penny is one of the most widely collected coins on the planet, meaning that even a small discovery can attract attention from serious buyers and auction houses. Let's imagine this for a moment. You're sorting through your spare change, and suddenly you notice a shiny 2003 penny with a small D mark under the date. You pick it up, look closer under good light or even a magnifying glass, and maybe, just maybe, you spot something unusual. A doubled word. A strange rim. A missing detail. That's where your coin journey begins. Because the smallest detail can make the biggest difference in coin collecting, some 2003D pennies have also been found with what collectors call a copper plating error, where parts of the coin's surface are missing copper, exposing the silver-colored zinc underneath. These incomplete plating errors can fetch anywhere from $50 to $250, depending on how visible and rare the error is. Another fascinating variation involves coins struck on the wrong planchet, meaning a blank meant for another coin was used by mistake. These are extremely rare but can sell for thousands if certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Speaking of grading, if you think you have a valuable 2003D Lincoln penny, the best thing you can do is get it professionally graded. Coins that are certified as MS67, MS68, or MS69 red can command huge prices because of their condition rarity. A verified, slabbed coin with perfect color and shine can easily be worth hundreds more than an ungraded 1.so. What's the highest value ever recorded for a 2003D Lincoln penny? According to coin auction records, one example graded MS69 red sold for nearly $978, that's right, almost $1,000 for a single 1-cent coin. But remember, in special cases like double die or off-metal errors, the price can reach far beyond that, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars depending on rarity and demand. That's where the big numbers like $78,797.92 come into play, rare, high-grade, or unique error pennies that collectors compete for at national auctions. Every coin tells a story, of minting, of circulation, of discovery. The 2003D Lincoln penny represents a time when millions of Americans still used pennies daily, yet today it has become a symbol of how even the smallest things can hold surprising value. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, this coin deserves your attention. Check your rolls, your jars, and your old piggy banks, because the next valuable Lincoln penny might be sitting right there waiting for you to find it. Before we wrap up, here's a quick checklist for anyone hunting 2003D pennies. Look for a strong red color with no wear. Examine Liberty and In God We Trust for doubling. Check the rims for any off-center strike. Look for plating bubbles, missing copper, or other unusual features. And if you find something that looks special, don't clean it. Cleaning can ruin the value. Just handle it carefully and get it appraised or graded. And that's the story of the 2003D Lincoln penny, a coin that's not just 1 cent, but a piece of American history, art, and mystery. Remember, the beauty of coin collecting lies in curiosity and patience. You never know when your next discovery could turn into real treasure. Thanks for watching Coins, the channel where history meets hidden wealth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare Lincoln pennies, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest updates about valuable coins, collecting tips, and current market news. Drop a comment below if you found a rare penny or want me to cover another coin. I'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your coins close, because every penny might just be the one that changes your life. Today, we're going deep into the story of one small coin that could turn an ordinary pocket change into an unbelievable treasure. Yes, we're talking about the rare 2011D Lincoln penny, a 1-cent coin that has shocked collectors and experts around the world with its hidden value. If you think all pennies are worth just 1 cent, you're in for a surprise, because this tiny copper-plated coin could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even over $787, $979 depending on its condition, rarity, and error. Type.so. Stay tuned till the end, because this story might just change how you look at every penny in your wallet. The beginning of the Lincoln penny. Legend. The Lincoln penny has a history that stretches back more than a century. It all started in 1909, when the United States Mint released the very first Lincoln cent to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first coin in U.S. history to feature the image of a real person, the beloved 16th President of the United States. The design by Victor David Brenner became one of the most iconic symbols of American money. From 1909 to 1958, the Lincoln penny carried wheat ears on the reverse side, and those early wheat pennies are among the most collected coins even today. In 1959, the back design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, marking 150 years since Lincoln's birth. Then in 2009, the mint celebrated his bicentennial with 4 special reverse designs showing different stages of his life. Finally, from 2010 onwards, the penny featured a brand new reverse design, the Union Shield, symbolizing unity and strength. That's the same design that appears on the 2011 D Lincoln penny. The 2011 D Lincoln penny DTALS. The D mint mark stands for Denver Mint, one of the main U.S. mint locations that produces billions of circulating coins every year. In 2011, both the Philadelphia and Denver Mint struck Lincoln pennies. But it's the Denver coins that became especially interesting for collectors because of certain mint errors and high-grade conditions discovered later. Each 2011 D penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. It weighs about 2.5 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. The obverse side features Abraham Lincoln's portrait, while the reverse shows the Union Shield with a banner inscribed 1 cent. Now you might wonder, what makes this ordinary-looking penny rare? Let's find out. Why some 2011 D pennies are worth a lot of money. Why most 2011 D Lincoln pennies are worth face value, just 1 cent, but there are rare exceptions that have shocked collectors. The main reason some are valuable lies in minting errors, high grades, and collector demand. Error coins are like nature's accidents in the coin world, and they can make a simple penny incredibly valuable. Some 2011 D pennies have been found with off-center strikes, double dies, missing letters, die cracks, and even plating errors. These small imperfections make them unique, and collectors are always ready to pay high prices for such rare finds. The double die and struck through errors. One of the most famous types of valuable 2011 D pennies is the double die obverse. This means the coin was struck twice by mistake, creating a doubled image of the letters or design. If you look closely at "In God We Trust, Liberty," or the date 2011, and see a shadow or doubling, you might have a double die penny. Another error type is the struck through error, where a small piece of debris or grease got between the die and the planchet during minting. This leaves an odd, blank, or distorted mark on the coin, a feature that collectors absolutely love. Some of these error coins have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. Part 5, Grade and Condition Mattr. Even without errors, a 2011 D penny can be valuable if it's in mint state condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, where MS 70 means perfect condition with no marks or scratches visible even under magnification. High-grade 2011 D pennies, especially those graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, have sold for over $1,000 or more. So if you have a shiny, untouched penny from 2011 D that looks perfect, it might be worth sending for record-breaking sales and market value. Now let's talk about numbers, the exciting part. According to recent coin market updates, a 2011 D Lincoln penny in MS 68 condition sold for over $7,879.79 at auction. Yes, you heard that right, a simple penny sold for nearly $8,000. The reason: extreme rarity in that high grade. Out of millions of pennies made, only a tiny handful remain flawless enough to reach such top grades. Collectors compete fiercely for these few perfect examples, driving prices through the roof. How to check your pennies before you rush to spend that jar of spare change? Here's what you can do: take out all your 2011 D pennies and look closely under a good light or magnifying glass. Check for doubling on the letters, cracks, missing details, or any strange color or texture. If your coin looks unusual, keep it separate, don't clean it, and consider having it checked by a professional coin grading service. Sometimes the rarest finds are sitting right in your home, unnoticed for years. Market trend and future value. The coin market has been growing fast, and Lincoln pennies, especially rare and error coins, are becoming more desirable every year. Collectors love them because they're affordable to start with but can have huge potential gains. As time goes on and fewer high-grade coins remain in circulation, the value of rare 2011 D Lincoln pennies is expected to increase steadily. Even now, many coin dealers list error varieties for hundreds of dollars, depending on grade and rarity. Tips for new collectors. If you're new to coin collecting, the Lincoln Penny series is the perfect place to start. It's easy to find, rich in history, and full of hidden treasures. Learn to recognize mint marks, study coin grading, and always store your coins properly, in a dry, clean holder or capsule, and remember, never clean your coins, as it can destroy their value. Fun facts about the 2011 PNN. Why did you know that the 2011 Lincoln penny was one of the first to fully adopt the Union Shield reverse after the 2009 commemorative series? The shield design includes 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 states and a single horizontal bar uniting them, symbolizing strength and unity. It's a small but powerful message hidden on the back of every penny. Why Lincoln pennies will always be special. The Lincoln penny isn't just another coin, it's a piece of American heritage. It carries the face of one of the greatest leaders in history and has been in circulation for more than 100 years. Each design change tells a story about the nation's growth, unity, and values. That's why even a simple 2011 penny can feel like a bridge between history and where to sell rare pennies. If you believe you found a rare 2011 penny, you can sell it through online coin auction sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Great Collections. Before selling, have it graded and certified to ensure maximum value. Collectors are always on the lookout for authenticated high-grade coins. Coin community and collectors. The coin community is full of passionate collectors who share tips, discoveries, and information. Joining coin forums or social media groups can help you stay updated on the latest finds and market trends. Sometimes, even experienced collectors discover new rare varieties, and your coin might be one of them. Final thoughts on the 2011 penny value. The 2011 Lincoln penny may seem common at first glance, but it hides incredible potential. Whether it's a rare error, a high-grade specimen, or a historical collectible, this coin has captured the hearts of enthusiasts everywhere, and who knows, your next penny could be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. So, coin lovers, that's the amazing story of the rare 2011 Lincoln penny, a small coin with a big history and even bigger value. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, subscribe now to Coins and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another discovery. Drop a comment below and tell us which rare penny you'd like to see next, and remember, every coin has a story, and every pocket might hold a hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, only on Coins.